Do you want to start your own small business but you're confused, lost, and have no idea where to start? That was the main reason I procrastinated so long to start my small business. But don't worry, I'm here to help you by going through everything that I've learned. Before we begin, I wanted to give a little background information. I recently launched my small business Zenbears Studio, starting with selling sticker sheets. I created my first stickers during COVID when I got my first iPad, and with my love of stickers, I wanted to print them out and make them my own. I chose stickers because that's what I had experience and knowledge in making. To create my stickers, I used my iPad Air 4 as well as my Apple Pencil with the app called Procreate. I prefer using Procreate because it's a one-time payment and the iPad is very portable. You can bring it anywhere with you when you travel, go to cafes, and it's very beginner friendly. Some artists prefer using Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, but those are subscription based. And when you create stickers, just remember that there are a range of sticker type and sizes. For example, tiny icons, deco stickers, full sheets, sticker flakes. Someone who couldn't decide between sticker flakes, deco stickers, and character stickers, I just decided to put them all into one sticker sheet. It's basically a sheet of mini artworks. Number one, I'm sure everyone knows Etsy by now. It's an online marketplace. We have access to an audience instantly, but it also means higher competition and higher fees. And I thought since I would be doing most of the marketing on my social media account, I wanted to just be an independent website. There are a few platforms where you can make your own website. There is Big Cartel and Shopify, along with a few others like Squarespace, Wix, and GoDaddy. As a beginner, I decided to go with Big Cartel. However, I am still contemplating between Shopify and Big Cartel, mainly because it has a lot of restrictions, limitations, and I have went into a few tech issues that actually delayed my launch. There is a free version and a paid version. I decided to go with the paid version, where I'm also able to set up a customized domain. I wish I did this in the beginning, but I got a .store domain rather than the default having the bigcartel.com in your shop link, because even if I switch platforms later, my website stays consistent and my shop feels like a real established business. First impression matters, and when you see zenbear.store, it's instantly clear that it is a store. It's very clean, simple, and professional, and the numbers speak for themselves. A study showed that websites on a .store domain get 87% more traffic and rank 2 times higher on Google. That's why over 2 million sellers, from independent artists to creators like Mr. Beast, along with Shakira, Rihanna, and Uncomfy, who's one of my biggest inspiration and a very successful small business owner, have all chosen .store domains for their businesses. What makes .store really worth it for me is that you don't just get the custom domain, you also unlock access to Elevate.store Plus, which gives exclusive deals on tools like Canva, Shopify, Vistaprint, basically everything you need to launch and grow your shop in one place. I'm always making little upgrades to improve my business, and switching to a .store domain is definitely one of those big upgrades. If you'd like to try it out too, you can grab your own .store domain for just 99 cents for the first year using my code zentasiaa at checkout. Now I'll be doing a quick run through on how to create your own website on Big Cartel. Firstly, pick your plan. I'd recommend going with the $15 if you just want to have your custom domain. This is just an example, but sign up using your shop name to check its availability, along with adding your email and creating a password for your account. After signing up, go to your account and go on to the products page. And this is the exciting part where we add your first product onto your website. Click add product and start filling out all the details. Next, you're also able to create categories early so that it's easier for your customers to shop. For example, if you had clothing, stationery, lifestyle, but I only had stickers in my website. Another fun feature is that you're able to change the status of your products as well. This lets your customer know if a product is coming soon, or if it's sold out, or if it's still active. You can then add your pricing and images. This wasn't necessary for my shop, but if you were to sell, for example, clothes and you had different sizes, you're also able to create different variants for the product. Or you can either have different sizings or different colors or materials if that's what you offer. And here's an overview of my website, where I have a soft pink beige/pastel aesthetic. I have all my stickers on the main page. I have home products stickers as my categories, but hopefully that would expand more in the future. I also have a frequently asked question page, which just has all the information customers would need, as well as a contact page, which makes it easier for customers to contact me if they need to. Now let's talk about payment methods. Through Big Cartel, Etsy, or Shopify, or any of the e-commerce websites, you would be able to connect payment methods. And the two payment methods I went with was PayPal and Stripe. PayPal is widely recognized to be trusted internationally, which makes buyers feel more secure when they make payment, but there will be transaction fee for every single order. And for Stripe, it's also free and very easy to set up an account, and they can accept both credit and debit card, also accepts Google Pay, Apple Pay directly onto your website, which is great for customers who obviously don't use PayPal, and it does also charge transaction fees. So just take that into account when you price your items. You've got two main ways to actually make your stickers. Number one is printing at home or using a manufacturer. So the pros of printing at home is that it has a quick turnaround, you have full control, and it's great for testing small batches. But the cons is that ink is extremely expensive, cutting time is consuming, cutting and printing time actually, and results can be inconsistent. And now onto why I chose manufacturing. I decided to go with manufacturer for my first launch and probably in the future as well. Pros is professional quality and they handle the cut line. Cons, higher upfront costs and longer waiting time. Shipping is the longest thing ever. And there's a lot of places where you can find manufacturers, for example, Vistaprint, your local printing shops, Alibaba. The one I ended up going with was Alibaba. That was the platform that allowed me to easily connect with my manufacturer and talk to them consistently. They sent me files to approve before printing and sent me videos and photos while it was printing. I also wanted my stickers to have a clear vinyl back, which is why I went with a manufacturer, because that's not possible for me to make at home. I picked having a vinyl back compared to just a simple paper sheet because it's a lot more durable and it's also water resistant. But I went with a matte laminate because I just feel like it blends in a lot smoother when you use it on journals, and for my sticker sheet design it just looked a lot better on matte. Now, when we're talking about manufacturers, we also have to discuss MOQs, which stands for the minimum order quantity. This is the minimum number of units you have to order for a design. Depending on the manufacturer, it can range as little as, I don't know, 5 to 10 to thousands, but the number would really impact how much money you need for your upfront cost and how much stock you'll be storing. Just with the minimum order quantity as well, I've noticed at first I found manufacturers who were able to offer really low MOQs, and that really attracted me. However, when I asked for examples of previous work they've done, they were extremely low quality and very cheap looking. All the manufacturers I talked to that I was really impressed with their quality, their MOQs were slightly higher than the ones that didn't really impress me as much, so I had to end up increasing my budget. And I also definitely recommend, not only for stickers but other products that you'll produce, to always ask for samples or proof before completing and proceeding with the full production. So in future, when I make future products, for example a plush, I would have to first send my designs and then ask them to make a sample and send it back to me first, rather than saying, okay, here's my design, make 1,000 of those, just to be safe. And in terms of specifically providing or recommending a manufacturer or a printing company, from my experience, manufacturing depends on your own country, your budget, and what you expect in terms of quality. So I can share the basic, but I can't give a one-size-fits-all answer for which manufacturer to choose. It's really about researching on what's available to you, starting small and testing until you find the right fit. But if you decide to print at home, you can also buy your own sticker paper at your local stationery or printing shop. If you live in Australia, you can easily buy that at Officeworks, and it basically is the same as how you would print on a normal printer. Just put the paper into your printer, you just print it out and cut it up. But when I made my stickers at home during COVID, I cut each individual stickers by hand, and I was extremely bored. If you couldn't tell, I cut up about 100 stickers. Or another way is to get a cutting machine. The most popular brand is Cricut. I recommend watching this video if you want to print and cut using the Cricut machine at home, but it's honestly up to you and how you prefer to run your small business. Now let's talk about packaging, which is honestly my favorite part, other than the designing part of the business. For my shop, I currently use glassine bags to store the stickers, and they're lightweight, translucent, and more eco-friendly compared to plastic sleeves, which I like because they still give a peek of the sticker designs on both sides. I've designed little receipt sheets, and I just tick off the ones that was ordered and put the quantity ordered on the side. I thought the concept of a receipt was very cute because receipts made the shopping experience feel more like you're shopping at a store. And then to mail these stickers, I put those glassine bags into brown craft envelopes. They're sturdy enough to protect the sticker, and I love that natural minimal look. And you don't really need fancy customized packaging when you're just starting out. I hand doodle little designs on each single envelope before I send them out. So you don't need to overspend on packaging when you're first starting. Like, you don't need custom mailers, you don't need custom tissue paper. For me, I'm just using plain glassine bags and plain brown craft paper and using a pen to draw those doodles. Now I want to quickly talk about my studio setup. I currently just pack everything on my desk in my bedroom, and right here is where I have my glassine bags and envelope. Here are some of my stickers I've recently just restocked, and then I have my little notepads here because I love writing handwritten letters, and here I have my receipts which I need to print more of, and the washi tape that I use to package each order. And just back here I have just a few more essential packs, but I need to package more just to have on hand. I love having just everything on one spot, so it's very easy to package, and I have everything that I need right here. Next is shipping, which is probably the thing that caused me immense amount of headache. I currently use Australia Post, which is the main posting service in Australia. Australia Post is incredibly expensive. Because I'm not shipping large quantities at once, I am charging lower than I am being charged at the post office. It's different with all different countries, so I just charge a flat rate for all international and domestic. Even in Australia itself, it's also different depending on which state you send it to, because Australia is a huge country, and the distance from each state, for example, from Melbourne to Perth, it's a very long distance in itself. Nothing I can do about shipping other than just taking some of the cost in myself so that it's cheaper for the customers. When I'm shipping, I'm currently still manually putting the addresses on each envelope. I'm researching on thermal printers that just prints out the shipping label so that it's easier and more time efficient. But hopefully as my business grows and I'm able to ship a solid amount of numbers each month or year, I can work something out that decreases shipping costs, because some companies do offer discounted shipping costs if you are shipping large quantities. But if you're not interested at all into touching any of the shipping side of starting a business, you can definitely try selling digital art or digital products, for example, digital stickers, digital planners, coloring pages, templates, habit trackers. And that is the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed watching and hopefully learned something new. And if you're starting your own small business this year, I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for watching.